Good morning, everybody. Squatch Senior here. Hopefully, everybody's doing okay with the events going on out there now. Today starts first day of week 5 for me and my wife. We haven't been away from the place other than as far as the mailbox for the last 4 weeks. Squatch 253 been doing pretty much all of our shopping for us, which probably every 10 to 14 days we make a trip out, which for where we live out here is pretty much a normal shopping trip for groceries and our needs. Once in a while we got to go for necessities in between, but for the most part, that's I guess you could say we've been training for this for quite a while. So anyway, a few things here to get into. Got another project started, and that's up in the other building, but I'll show you kind of where I'm at the M engine, and then we'll go up to the other building and show you what I have going. Okay, on the M engine, the next thing I'd like to do is, before I flip this over, is get the pan on. But before that, I have to get the oil pump redone. As you recall in a past video, it was pretty well worn out. So this is the next project I'm going to be getting into. You can remember, I figured by miking this, I got about 33,000 wear in there. I did mic the shaft, did mic it into here, and I got about 1,000 clearance. So all my wear right now is in this shaft. This housing is good, so I'm going to be making a new shaft for this thing. And you can hear that kind of knock. I'm still convinced this is my engine knocking here. You know, that's my opinion from what I've seen in the rest of the engine. It was about half speed of engine RPM, which was pump run, so I'm pretty well convinced that's it. A couple other little projects that I laid out here too I got kind of sidetracked on is I got this fuel injector pop-off tester, and I've got some D2 injectors to test. It all needs a little work and stuff like that, and not only one, I have two of them. One of them was given to me, the other one I pretty much acquired for a little bit of nothing. Main reason I picked this one up is it had a lot of attachments with it that I didn't have with the other one. So between the two, I can get one going, and it's just something else to play with. So anyway, let's head up to the other shop and I'll show you what I have going up there. Well, as discussed, this is a project I got going now. I got this milling machine set up here that a guy had just given to me. His dad had a garage that started on fire, and there was very minimal damage to this. Kind of the plastic pieces melted a little. I know you guys are probably going to say, why don't I go get a Bridgeport or something? But I think this is going to do everything I need to do. So I had this, it's an old shipping crate basically for the bandsaw mill that I acquired last fall. And I figured, that might make myself a pretty good table out of that. So what I did, this was the bottom. I turned it upside down. It was already welded together and stuff. So I just had some more scrap steel around. I added some legs, added some shelves, stuff like that, and got it to this point. So when I started looking how to mount this milling machine on it, I had to get myself some extra clearance on the back of the head here. Motor mounts in the back here. You can see my belt guards come way out here. I had to get her out away from the wall farther. So to get her out away from the wall, I had to build an extension to come out to the front part here. And as you can see in the back, I did get me a good anchor to the wall back there. So anyway, for the plate coming out the front, this is what I come up with right here. And I figured, this thing is so heavy that I'm probably going to have to put another support leg down the front here. Well, my solution to that is right here. What that is the old crankshaft out of the beer can D2. Found that laying up in the storage shed. Talked to Squatch 253 and he says, go ahead and use it. It's no good for nothing else. Not sure if you guys are familiar with the beer can engine video, but that's where they added shims underneath the main bearing cap to try and tighten the main bearings up. So we tore that down. It's quite an interesting video. Probably post a link to that. Worth watching. It's kind of interesting. So anyway, that's my solution to the leg for the milling machine. So next step, we'll start putting this thing back together. I've already had it pre-installed to get all my clearance and stuff before paint. So basically all I got to do now is start mounting this machine. So let's get started. Okay, start putting this thing together here. First thing I had to do is I had to turn some shims to go over the crank. Then I got a shim stack to set on next. And what that does, it'll bring this extension up to level with the table. And I got this old bearing race I'll put on so I can get threads. And this here is the nut that held the front gear on. So we'll get that down. I'm not going to tighten anything down at this time. We'll get everything loosely mounted, then we'll go in it. As you can see, this looks like it's quite tall, but that's not a problem. It'll go inside of the casting to the base, and it still clears the screw that goes in through here. So we'll get this thing lined up, and we'll get her bolted in position. I just got 3 bolts to go in this way. Okay, got my helper here. We'll get this thing lifted up over and stuff, and we'll get the base bolted down. Fairly heavy, but get her pretty well lined up here. Gotta come this way just a little.
Okay.
Okay. There we go. Got that in position. We'll get her bolted down. Well, here we are. We're about to tighten the last bolt, and then I'll have the base, the leg, and everything installed. Well, there, everything mounted up real good. I think that crankshaft's going to give me the additional support that I need, and actually I don't think it looks too bad. So next thing we're going to do is install the screw. Goes in here, moves the table back and forth. I got it set on top there. So we'll get getting that put in. We'll see if these tables work like they should. Okay, got the screw set up in there. Got all my gibs adjusted here for free play and stuff. Everything seems to work real good. Goes in and out. A little shaky here trying to hold the camera doing that. One thing with this here that I have, you can see these handles come off. This had same handles on each end here. They were broke, so last fall I was at one of our tractor shows. I picked up a couple of these. I'm pretty sure I can modify both of them to fit into here. So next up is the column here. We'll get that bolted to the back side, and there'll be the next step in getting this thing put together. And I got my helper lined up here. Let's see if we can get this column set on. Okay, I got this in. Okay. Okay, we'll get that bolted down. It's starting to look like something now. Well, next up we're going to see if we can wrestle the head on this thing. That thing is heavy, so this could be interesting. You ready? Just set her on the nose first. You got her?
I got it.
Okay, lift her in. Let me check her. She's going. Let's take her all the way down.
it started on the tube now. Now I feel better. Woo. It's heavier than it looks.
Well, there, that didn't go as bad as I thought it would. It is a heavy piece, but a lot of little pieces left to put on, so we'll keep going. We'll get her eventually. Well, here's what I got left to put on. Got the motor, a little bit of work to do on the mount on that. Got the speed handle here. Had to make new shafts for that. These were bent, broke, knobs chewed on, stuff like that. All I got to do now is I might redo the length, thread the ends for them knobs. That'll put that back into service. Got the rack and pinion for raising the head and stuff here. So a little bit of work to do. A lot of piddly stuff left to do on this thing too. So we'll get this stuff installed and then get back with you guys. I've got the pieces all installed that I'd showed you and stuff. Went a little farther than I'd really planned on before I got back to this. I had an old countertop that I had laying around. In fact, 2 pieces. One piece wasn't long enough. So what I had to do is put it in 2 pieces. I got a seam back there. I just went through, screwed it to the back wall, made me a filler strip in there, and bolted down the corners and stuff, which for a shop tabletop bench, plenty good. I'd still have a little bit of work to do on her. Need to get myself a guard built up here, get some knobs on here. I'm going to go through, probably fill my seam in the back, kind of dress her up a little bit more. So anyway, I think it turned out pretty good. The crankshaft's going to work out perfect, but I think it's begging for something else. So I've got an idea for that. Okay, here's what I come up with to accessorize that crankshaft. What I'm going to do, I got 2 of the older rods. I picked out the best of the rod bearings to install them. And then I took 2 side covers. Now these all come off the beer can engine. Drilled a hole, heated it up, took an old wrist pin, set over the top of the heated, found a plow bolt, and I just dented her in just till we get everything flush here. And this is what I ended up with right here. I think it's going to work good. And what this piece is going to do is the rod will swivel on the crankshaft, and this piece will also swivel on the rod. So anyway, we'll get one of these put on, see what she looks like. Okay, got everything put together, ready to install. Put a little assembly lube on. Get her positioned. Get the cap on. Make sure I get my alignment dowels lined up. Okay, we're going to take some shortcuts on this rod installation. We're not going to torque it, and we're not going to use the cotter pins. I don't think we're going to have an issue here because my rotation is going to be very minimal. Okay, you can definitely see we got some loose bearings in that one. So let's get the tray on, see what it looks like. Okay, I actually think that'll make some pretty good work tables, and it will swivel. We can get her back here out of the way. We won't have to be knocking your knees on it and stuff. So actually think that'll work pretty good. Probably going to do a liner in the bottom here. I've got some little troughed edges, keep stuff from rolling off. So we'll get the second one on, and we'll call this job complete. Okay, got both rods installed, ready to put the last plate on. One thing I should note also is my pin there. That is one of the original wrist pins. I just cut it in half, which only goes to the bottom side of the rod there, so I think that's going to work good. Let's get this on. Okay, one thing about it, you can spin, this one bottoms out. I got a shelf in the way here, but it still goes back out of the way. You could go to either side. This one here, I can go there, or I can go all the way around this one. I think that's all working pretty good right there. So, this one here. Got a little stiff spot in this one, which is all right. So, anyway, I think maybe we should test one of these out and see what it looks like. There, I think that's going to work good. Now all that's left is put stuff away.